Something is happening to you. You may not have the words for it yet. You may not fully understand it. But somewhere beneath the surface of your daily life, beneath the routines and the roles and the noise, something is shifting, quietly, deeply, in ways you cannot yet explain. You feel it in small moments, when a conversation that would have excited you a year ago now leaves you cold, when you find yourself sitting in silence and not needing to fill it, when you look at the life you have built and feel, all at once, both gratitude for how far you have come and a strange, quiet restlessness, like someone standing at the edge of a continent, feeling the wind from somewhere they have never been. What is that feeling? And more importantly, what does it mean? The Stoics had a word for it. They called it means attention, but not the ordinary kind. It means the attention you give to your own soul, the act of turning inward and watching yourself become. And they believed that this kind of attention, this deep, honest, patient watching, was the beginning of everything worth having in a human life. If you have come to this video today, it is not by accident. Something brought you here. And what I am about to share with you are 5 signs, recognized by Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, that you are not lost, you are not broken, you're not falling behind, you are waking up. The first sign is one that most people misread as a problem. You have become deeply uncomfortable with things that used to feel normal. The small talk that everyone around you seems to enjoy now feels like sandpaper against something sensitive inside you. The entertainment that used to pass the hours now feels hollow. The goals you were taught to want, the salary, the status, the approval, now sit in your hands like objects that have lost their weight. You look at them and feel nothing, and the absence of feeling terrifies you, because it means the map you were given is no longer leading anywhere that feels real. Marcus Aurelius described this feeling in Meditations. He wrote about the way a man who is beginning to understand himself starts to see through the performance of ordinary life, not with contempt. He was always clear that judgment of others was a waste of time, but with a kind of gentle, growing transparency, as if a fog he did not know was there has begun to lift. This discomfort is not depression. It is discernment, the ability to feel the difference between what is real and what is performance, in yourself and in the world around you. And discernment, the Stoics taught, is the first gift of a waking mind. The second sign will feel familiar if you have been paying attention. Your relationship with time has changed. You have started to feel, in a way you cannot fully articulate, the weight of it. Not in a morbid way, but in a way that makes certain things feel suddenly urgent and other things suddenly irrelevant. The argument you are going to have with someone, it does not seem worth it anymore. But the conversation you have been putting off, the work you have been afraid to begin, the version of yourself you have been saving for some future date, these now feel pressing, almost uncomfortably so. Seneca wrote one of the most powerful essays in human history on this exact subject. It is called On the Shortness of Life, and its central argument is deceptively simple. He said that life is not short, we simply waste most of it. We give our time to people who do not value it, to activities that do not fulfill us, to worries that will never materialize, and to the pursuit of things we have been told to want by people who never asked what we actually needed. And then one day, sometimes gradually, sometimes suddenly, we stop and we feel it. The weight of time, the reality of finitude, the quiet, urgent understanding that whatever we are going to do with this one life, we had better begin doing it with our whole heart. That shift in your relationship with time is not anxiety about death. It is respect for life, and it is the second sign that something important is waking up inside you. The third sign is the one that surprises people the most. Your capacity for solitude has grown. There was a time when being alone felt like a punishment, when silence felt like something to escape from, when the absence of noise and company felt like an absence of meaning. But something has changed. You have started to seek quiet, not because you are hiding from life, but because you have discovered something inside the quiet that you cannot find anywhere else. The Stoics were obsessed with solitude, not the solitude of isolation. They were deeply engaged with the world, but the solitude of inner life, the ability to be fully present with your own thoughts, without distraction, without performance, without the need to be anything for anyone. Marcus Aurelius, who spent his entire adult life surrounded by senators, soldiers, advisors, and supplicants, wrote that he found his truest self in the moments of inner retreat. He wrote that a man can find a quiet and untroubled retreat at any moment, simply by going within himself. He did not need to travel to find peace. He had learned to carry it. The growing comfort you feel with your own company is not loneliness. It is a developing relationship with the most important person in your life, yourself. And that relationship, the Stoics taught, is the foundation upon which everything else is built. The fourth sign is subtler, and it requires a certain honesty to recognize. You have started to feel compassion for people who have hurt you. Not immediately, not easily, perhaps not completely, but somewhere in the long, quiet processing of old wounds, something has shifted. The sharp edges of certain memories have softened, not because what happened was acceptable. It may not have been, but because you have started to understand something the Stoics taught with great consistency and great courage. Every person who has ever hurt you was acting from the limits of their own understanding at that moment. Epictetus, who was beaten, enslaved, and used as property for years, taught that no one does wrong willingly. He meant that people cause harm from ignorance, from fear, from their own unexamined wounds, not from a free and conscious choice to be cruel. This does not excuse the harm, but it changes what you do with it. When you can hold the pain someone caused you and also hold some understanding of the pain that drove them, that is not weakness. That is one of the rarest and most demanding forms of wisdom the human heart is capable of producing. If you have noticed this shift in yourself, a growing capacity to understand without needing to excuse, to heal without needing to forget, that is the fourth sign, and it means your heart is growing larger than your suffering. The fifth sign is the one that ties everything together. You have started to want to live differently, not dramatically, not publicly, but deeply and quietly and truly. Not to perform a better life for other people, but to actually have one. The ambitions have changed. What you want from a day, a relationship, a conversation, has changed. You want less noise and more meaning, less approval and more authenticity, less achievement as the world defines it, and more aliveness as you feel it. The Stoics called this, a word usually translated as happiness, but meaning something closer to flourishing. the state of living in alignment with your deepest nature. He wrote that each day we must ask ourselves, am I living in accordance with my nature? With what I actually believe, actually value, actually am? Not the nature assigned to me by my role or my history or other people's expectations, but the nature that was mine before the world began telling me what to be. The desire you feel to live that way, honestly, deeply aligned, is not naivety. It is the most ancient and serious human impulse there is. And the fact that you feel it means you have not lost it. Beneath everything that has been piled on top of it, the conditioning, the disappointments, the compromises, it is still there. Still breathing, still pulling you forward. Here is what I want to leave you with. Awakening is not a destination. It is not a moment when everything becomes clear and the confusion finally ends. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius, writing in his journal on what turned out to be some of the final days of his life, was still asking the same questions he asked at the beginning, still reminding himself of the same truths, still beginning again. Awakening is a direction, a continuous turning toward honesty, toward depth, toward the examined life. And every day you choose that direction, even imperfectly, even uncertainly, even in the middle of exhaustion and doubt. You are waking up. You already are. The fact that you feel the discomfort, that you sense the restlessness, that you are here, asking these questions, sitting with these ideas, that is not a sign that you are lost. That is the sign, that is the whole sign. You are already waking up.